Why is it that your habit is not sticking? I think we all understand pretty well how to start a new habit. It is mostly simply through making the choice, I want to start this new habit, and we are going to replace it with an old habit. But in this video, I want to speak specifically about the factor that your new habit you're trying to build is not sticking with you, and what is one of the major mistakes why it cannot stick. And I want you truly to understand this in this video, why your habits are not sticking, so you can stop making this mistake and start building effectively your habits and they keep sticking. And I want to clarify as well, a habit is only a habit when it happens automatically. So often we don't even get to that point that we build a habit, because a habit needs to happen automatically. So you don't even think about doing the thing. Your habit gets triggered by a specific situation, by a smell, by a person, by just simply waking up in the morning. And this event triggering is then bringing up an automatic response, and you don't even think about that. And it might be surprising, it might be not surprising for you, but most of our day, like I would say, I would go high, 80 to 90% in our day, we're actually moving pretty automatic through our day. We are moving on, I love to call it railroad tracks through our life. And especially when we feel like something is not right in our life right now, I don't feel healthy, or I don't feel like my relationships are in check, we are seeking this transformation, this change. And we often know what change we need to do to bring it in check. And we start doing it. In the beginning, the motivation is super high, and we are like so excited to start a new chapter. But then there will come a point where we'll doubt a new way, and a lot of things can happen. So the habit actually never becomes a habit, because we stop doing the new way of proceeding with things. So that was already a long intro, and let me know what habit would you like to build, or if you don't know it yet, what are you not satisfied with right now, what is challenging you right now in your life, and you would like to make a change in that situation. Let me quickly go to my notes for today's live stream. I want to clarify another time, like, what is a habit, to give you like a definition about what is a habit. And then I'm giving you a real life example how I broke my habit of eating sugar, and that was truly a tough one for me. I already give you a sneak peek. It was truly hard for me to quit eating sugar. That was one of the things in my health journey, in my health era, which was super hard for me to change. And it was one of the last things I actually changed in my health journey. So what is a habit? A habit is a routine or behavior that is regularly repeated and tends to occur subconsciously. That means when it occurs subconsciously, that we do an automatic action. We don't think about it. We are not consciously doing that action. Habits are often acquired through frequent repetition, and they become ingrained in one's daily life, influencing actions and decisions with minimal conscious thought. Habits can be both positive and negative, and they shape aspects of an individual's lifestyle and contribute to their overall routine and well-being. So, as I already said in this definition, habits can be positive or negative. So there are habits that are actually good for us, and there are habits that are actually self-destructive. And yeah, there are certain keystone habits, cornerstone habits, they are called, and these cornerstone habits, they are having a ripple effect on other habits. So it's always important to identify your cornerstone habits in your daily life. And yeah, we have Water Girl here, releasing stress by stimulating the vagus nerve. Yes, super important. And do you have, how you do that, how do you stimulate the vagus nerve? I think that can be interesting for a lot of people in here dealing with stress and stressful situations. And that is super good. If we have some suggestions here in the chat, that could be already a creative brainstorm corner to actually get ideas which new habits you would like to incorporate in your day. Thumb squeeze breath. Maybe do you have like a YouTube video on that or something to drop a link here for everyone? I would definitely be interesting. Chant. Oh yeah, I love chanting as well, especially the hum and the om. That's an amazing habit to build. I love that. If you have a video on that, I would be highly highly interested in that. And I have as well here my little jade roller, and I loved it. This is really good actually to release tension out of your jaw, which releases as well stress. I guess it's as well probably connected with the vagus nerve. I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly, please pardon me. And it's really nurturing for the whole circulation in the face. But okay, coming back, this can be as well a habit you might want to incorporate already, like brain dumping here, more ideas to release stress, if that would be something you are interested in right now as well. There's so many things we can incorporate in our life, but sometimes it's as well simplicity. I always would love to say simplicity. Focus on simplicity. When you want to make a change, make it simple. Don't overwhelm yourself. You don't need to have a 1 hour morning routine. No, pick one thing you do in the morning for a time. That can be chanting. That could be the thumb squeeze, as Water Girl is writing in here in the chat. That could be the jade roller. That could be chanting the om. That could be clearing the space with Palo Santo. Pick one thing and stick to that for some time first, so it becomes truly automatic and you do it without thinking about it. And not only do it when you feel like, bad or extremely stressed. Yes, the jaw is really important. So this is a nice thing. You can just like roll it here over the jaw, and often I start to start yawning, and it's really good as well if you're like maybe like making this crunching noise as well while sleeping. This is super good to release all the stress out of the face. And then as well doing the third eye, opening up the third eye, and as well the temples, super important to release overthinking, overwhelm. Oh yeah, and this one is with amethyst, and this is really good like for the spiritual connection. And I can only recommend when you have a crystal roller, that you clear the crystal as well with Palo Santo on a regular basis when you use it for your face, because you need to see this as your supporter to transmute energies, and you want to give that as well a clearance to free it as well from the energies. So I want to share now with you the example how I was quitting sugar. One habit I wanted to install in my life for a long time, for years, I want to say, and on and off I was quitting sugar, but then I started to eat sugar again. I knew I had a sugar addiction, and I knew it is like, for me, an emotional thing, and I knew that eating sugar for me, it's not necessarily healthy, and I was using it to not feel certain things. And it was truly hard. Another side tip I want to give you, don't overwhelm you with too many habits. As I said, keep it simple to install in your life and let them come naturally. And just let decide like what period, what cycle are you right now in, and what's important for you. To determine the cycle you're in, I highly recommend you to find out which personal year cycle are you in numerology, to get an idea which topics, which themes are important for you to work on right now. So working out was never really like a problem for me. So my working out, my habit is like fixed. That happens automatic. I work out once a day. For 2 years now, I'm doing my daily burpees, but even before that, I was working out on a regular basis. But that sugar just didn't want to leave me. And of course, I had the motivation. I was like, okay, this one, I'm going to quit sugar for sure. I'm not going to eat sugar again. But this created this like really restrictive energy around it. And I knew I was addicted, and I knew I was dependent on it as well. I knew it's not good for me, for my body, even though it felt good in the moment I was eating sugar. But after the after effects of eating sugar were there. So after I ate sugar, obviously I was like on a sugar high and then dumping down into a really low energetically. And this was really hard to quit. And one of the reasons was that obviously scientifically I know that sugar is not good, and I mostly wanted to stop eating sugar because I thought, I need to lose weight. I wanted to I always felt like I want to be really skinny, because I grew up in a society, and I was like born in that time when the media was telling us we need to be like really skinny. And when I was a teenager, I was like trying not to eat as much food or less food as possible, because I really wanted to become really skinny. And I became really skinny at one point. I wasn't concerned about sugar to that point in my life. I didn't think about that, but I was just eating very little, moving a lot, and it was not healthy. But then I got in a different stage of my life, and I started to really like eating. And I was like, okay, but I need to quit the sugar. If I quit the sugar, it's better because I eat less calories. And initially my thought was like, okay, when I quit the sugar, I will finally lose weight, and I will be skinny, and I will be really thin. So I wanted to lose that weight. And ultimately, why did I want to lose that weight? Of course, because I want to be appreciated. I want to be validated by people. I want to be like, people tell me, oh wow, you look so good, you have a good body. And I didn't feel validated, and I didn't feel seen. But I had a very pivotal moment about that as well, because actually I like receiving more and more, or was starting to receive more and more compliments about my body. Even actually I didn't lose weight, and people asked me at one point like, did you lose weight? And I didn't. I know that. So this is not how we look, and how we are perceived is not related to how much we weigh. That being said, I figured that out on the way, but I'm just sharing very truthfully my story here. And I think it's very important that I share that with you so truthfully, so you can eventually see yourself in that topic, maybe in another topic, maybe it's a different kind of food. We all have our preferences. Maybe it's fried food for you, maybe it is, I don't know what it is. Maybe it is even drinking alcohol. Maybe it's like something else you are like addicted to, and you want to quit that. It's not good for you, but you cannot find a way. And what I'm already saying, like having this like outside oriented goal, it's often always a good motivation. It's often always a good motivation as well. You guys, I know, like I want to get a 6-pack. That's like maybe a good motivation in the beginning and you start working out, but it doesn't makes a habit stick of working out, because at one point there will come a point where you will be tested, where you will be like, yeah, losing your motivation, because at the beginning of setting a new goal, everything is excited, you're motivated, maybe you get like new tools and you're like, oh wow, I'm going to do it now really like seriously. And I know we all know that day comes, is it with working out, is it with eating healthy, where everything seems to go wrong, and it already starts in the morning. Like, let's say you make your coffee and the coffee spills, you go into the kitchen, the water spills down on the floor, and it continues in a row, and like everything, then you miss your bus, or you miss an appointment, you're too late, and nothing really seems to work out that day, and it's like pent up energy, and you keep like being more and more stressed. So this is quite good as well. We have certain tools that can already regulate our stress during the day, but yeah, these days will come where we were like, oh my god, everything is so overwhelming, or we have like a lot of appointments and we don't know how to manage everything. And these are the days where we're the most receptive to breaking our habit, because the things where everything works out really easy and smooth, like, okay, these days are easy, you know, but how do we act in the days where nothing works out, where everything seems to break down and the stress level is high and we are ultimately weak? So we are more receptive to really do self-destructive things. We want now a quick fix because nothing seems to work out, and we want to find some validation. We want to find some approval and appraisal that we're doing well, but we don't get that. But how would I get it now? It would be really easy to emotionally satisfy my need for approval, accomplishment. Accomplishment is a big thing as well, to feel accomplished, because like on a day when nothing seems to work out, you can't finish your project on work, you can't finish your email you're writing, you can't finish something, you don't feel accomplished. And this lays like the problem is the outside validation we are seeking. So we are like emotionally now in not a good spot and easy to break, and we don't care about our superficial goal anymore, because it came anyways. It was an intrinsic goal. It never came from within. It didn't really came from everything you deep down care in your heart, because like deep down in my heart, I don't care if I lose 5 kilograms or not. It doesn't matter, you know. It is a superficial goal, so why should I stick to it when I'm so freaking overwhelmed and I can't handle my life? I just want to eat something sweet that would really calm me down and calm my nerves. So I don't care about like losing weight now in that moment anymore. I just want to feel good. I just want to have the quick fix, and I don't want to feel actually the emotion that is arising in that stressful situation. I don't want to feel like a failure. I want to avoid feeling. And when we want to avoid feeling, we often break, and that happened to me in the past often. So I broke my habit and I started eating sugar again. And then like, first you tell yourself, maybe you know that as well, okay, it's only like I only make an exception now because I'm so stressed, I had no time to eat. We make all of these things up, so okay, let's just get a croissant or whatever it is, let me just get that cake or piece of chocolate, and that will be like that only thing you know. And then there's like continuous, because like now you broke it once, and now it's like, now I already had today, I already broke my new habit, so why should I now go back to my regular habit? So you break it again and you break it again. So the habit you were trying to build is not existent anymore. So you actually never got to build this habit, because the habit is automatic. I explained that in the beginning. And then you just like crash it, and it's always easy to go back to the known, because in that moment, in that stressful moment, I only wanted to feel safe, I only wanted to feel nurtured, and the sugar, a sweet treat, could help me doing that, because that's a known for me, that's the known thing, that is how I would usually operate. So why didn't it work in that example? I want to break it down very, very easy to you. So there are two things why it was not working in the first place. And one thing, I guess it should be already clear, is motivation. You don't build new habits based on motivation, because motivation comes and goes. That's your first biggest pitfall in building a new habit. Hey there, good to have you. And so numero uno, don't build your new habit on motivation. What else? You need to build a successful habit. You need structure and systems in place for these days where everything goes wrong. You need a support system, and you need this system to make that habit work. And I'm going to explain a very good proven system how you can build it. I can already tell you, better take a pen and a paper already to write these steps. I'm going to explain a little bit down because they are very important, or put them into your notes in your phone. The second thing why it wasn't working, my new habits, was because I was chasing an intrinsic goal. I was chasing an outcome of losing weight. But when you focus on the things outside of you that you cannot control, it's not going to work. It's not coming from what's inside. You need to start to build a habit from within. It needs to have that secure base and coming from within. Only what is within you, you can control that. And you need to raise your awareness for that, so you can realize actually that you have more control in your life than you think you have. But don't put your goal out on an outsourced outcome, like losing weight. What goal is that? It's on paper a nice goal, we'd like to tell us, but it's not really coming from our heart. Why you truly want that, why you want to lose weight, why you want to become more fit. Like, there's more behind that, because like maybe you are freaking annoyed that you cannot walk up the stairs in a building without being out of breath. Maybe you are annoyed because you actually cannot lift up your girlfriend and like, I don't know, maybe you are annoyed because like your groceries are too heavy because you cannot carry them. Actually, you need muscles for that. And maybe you're just like annoyed because like you can be a better version of yourself, a healthier version of yourself, and you're like just annoyed by eating all this junk food and all this stuff. So yeah, let me know actually if that's something you're interested in, to finally step into your healthy era. And I haven't talked about it here on the channel enough, and I'm like actually really, really good in building healthy habits, and that's like one of my expertise. So I'm going to do that more, because we're going to end the year. It's going to be 2024, and always this change into the new year is such a magical phase. I love this phase in between, and identity shifting is like one of my favorite subjects actually. And what we're actually doing when we change our habits, we're changing our identity, and this will be a big part of now the sequence. I'm going to explain to you how you can actually build the system and this awareness you need to make a habit stick, to build a sticky habit that sticks to you, that you cannot get rid of it, and it finally becomes automatic. But in the beginning, there will come some challenges, and some deep inner work will come up on the journey, and I want you to be prepared for it. I don't want you just to think, oh yeah, it's going to be 2024 and I'm finally entering my healthy era. Like, no, come on, like we all know it. We all start something new and then we just drop it because it becomes difficult and it becomes a challenge. But I really want you to stick to it, and I want you to be as well very modest. Don't set like 20, 30 things you want to start for the new year for 2024. No, like pick one thing and really make it stick. Like me with my fitness general construct, it's very, very simple. I do burpees every day, 70 burpees every day, and oh my god, I just had like a couple of weeks, a really big revelation. in the kickboxing class, boxing class. And I'm like, we're doing push-ups, like 10 push-ups. And I was just like, doing my push-ups. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's freaking crazy. I like look around me and all the other girls like, by the way, not like judging anyone's appearance, please not. But they all have like, apparently the body I wanted to have, like being very skinny, but they only could do their sit-up, push-ups barely on the knees. So, now I realize like I really transformed that. I just want to be strong and feeling fit and healthy instead of like being my physical appearance being a certain way. I dropped this intrinsic goal. So I was like, wow, these burpees every day, where I do every day 70 push-ups, it's like really paying off now. Like they're freaking hard, but I do them and I do them every day consistently. I don't need to worry about, okay, what's my next workout? What am I going to do? No, like it trains my whole body. My core is so freaking strong. My arms are so strong from the burpees, and my legs, of course, as well. It's a full body exercise. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And this happens from just sticking to one thing. So yeah, I built first the habit of my burpees, and then I started to quit sugar. And we're moving now into the phase where I give you real practical, crucial advice to make a habit stick for yourself. And this is to see the bigger picture. It's to see and realize when you change a big habit. So let's say you are right now not eating healthy, or maybe not working out, whatever it is, but you feel like you're not like really healthy right now. You're not in your health era. So, and I truly love this like trend of the eras, because it really helps you to bring you into a certain state. Think about, okay, I'm now in my health era. I'm in my fitness era. And that brings you already in that state. So see the bigger picture. Where do you want to move? So it could be as well, you want to get into your businessman or businesswoman era, like really smashing your business and doing like proper business. It could be that you want to go into your love era and really like open your heart and love, and whatever it is. So drop me actually in the comments what do you have in mind for 2024. Like, do you have an idea what era do you want to enter in 2024? And I can tell you, already give you a sneak peek, I will obviously make a proper 2024 numerology forecast. I think I'm actually going to make a live stream on that next week already. So because in 2024 we are going to experience the collective energy of the number 8, and then we obviously have a personal energy as well. For me, that will be the number 4. I highly recommend you to look into that, but I'm going to record their video for you separately to really check that out for you and to understand which era do you want to move into. But you can do it already intuitive, because now, or if you don't, please get clear on what's working right now in your life and what's not working right now in your life. So is your health in check? Check, yes or no, and be honest. Is your money in check? Yes or no? Is your career, are you where you want to be in your career at? Yes, check or not? How are your relationships? Are you where you want to be? Check or not? So like, what do you want to focus on? Like, define your era to get the bigger picture, and through that bigger picture you will truly change your identity to that, like according to that era, because you will behave and act and think in that era. When you're in your health girl era or in your healthy man era, then you like just will be about health, and you will go to the healthy places, and you will meet with the fitness people. And if you're thinking about entering in your fitness era in 2024, I can only recommend you to come to Phuket, Thailand. It's like, wow, it's the best place to make a reset and to truly like step into your healthy era. It's like truly, I've been in a lot of places around the world, but this is a place you get so easy on your health railroad tracks. I promise you that. And let me know if you're going to come to Phuket in 2024 or you're planning a trip. I can help you. So you can reach out to me on Instagram if you're coming. So, you know, who do you want to become? And you get like already that idea of like stepping into that era and defining that era, and really write that down. Like, actually, I don't have it 100% clear for me right now because my health is in check, my relationship is in check. Obviously, like, always things are coming up in health, and that, but yeah, I was feeling a little tired as well, but that's not the big thing. I need to define it as well. Money is in check. Living situation is in check, but yeah, I'm going to do it as well. Define it, like, what era am I going to step in, and in the next live stream I will tell you the era I'm going to step into and I'm going to embody. Or maybe I'm just going to deepen my fitness girl era. I don't know, like, really, like, I actually really loving it, so I'm not sure if I make a big change, but let's see. So yeah, write it down now. Like, what era are you going to step in? Write it here in the chat as well to connect with others. That's so important, that you can say like, oh, there are other people as well who want to step in their health era, who wants to stop in their love era, and like, you can build support systems. This is not in my process, but I always recommend it. Have a support system. For me, it started to really make click when I got together with my love, when we became a union. And yeah, he already ate no sugar and he just like took me on board with it, because we were then living together. And like, yeah, okay, let's really face it, Vanessa. Like, let's stop the bullshit and face it head on. Just stop the sugar. And obviously, like, I have as well my strategies. Like, we all know, like, you know, you don't need to stop eat sweet, but there are so many amazing replacements for sugar out there. So get it clear. Get your era clear and write down as well. How would you act, speak, and move through the world in this era as this person? To get clear about the qualities you want to embody in that new era. So you think about, like, really, like, go through a day. Okay, when I'm in a health era, I was obviously work out in the morning. I would eat healthy, and I would surround myself with people who do the same, you know. I would potentially like sign up in a gym. I would maybe like learn Muay Thai, learn like martial arts, a perfect way to get like healthy. And yeah, I would have like only healthy things in my fridge. There's no other way. When I go grocery shopping, I know I buy veggies, I buy healthy foods, and like, I simply buy no sugar. I like go through a day, like, how would like an ideal day look like in that era. And then secondly, like, I want you to educate yourself about the topic. So health, like, for example, for me it was then the sugar. Why is sugar bad for you, for your body, for your mind as well? Where do I find the hidden sugars? If you want to know more about that as well, let me know. Like, there's so many hidden sugars in food, it's actually crazy. And then to build really a strategy, like, how can you avoid, you know, the unhealthy stuff? And being healthy, you know, there are levels. So I'm on that level. I'm really on an advanced level. I see it always like levels, like in a video game. You're just entering a new level, you know, a new stage of evolution. So you know, in the beginning, when you eat healthy, you don't maybe need to be as strict as I am with the sugar. It's already good if you have the basis down of eating healthy, and you know that, like, eating like a package of cookies is not like, it's not healthy. Besides, it's sugar-free, gluten-free cookies, you know, vegan, sugar-free, gluten-free cookings. Ideally, you know, there are healthy versions out there, but you know, you have an idea of healthy, and you define it for yourself as well. What level do you want to go to? What level are you ready to go? And for a lot of people, that can just be having a workout a day, like starting your burpees, and maybe not overwhelming yourself with starting to work out, eating clean. Start with one thing. Keep it simple. Start with burpees. Start with burpees because it's simple, it's easy, you can do it everywhere, you have no excuse not to do them. And then as well, look for like replacements of certain subcategories, because like health, we defined like now we're going into an era, we're not just focusing on one habit to not make it too dense. So replace, like how can you replace certain things? So how, in my case, how could I replace the sugar? And so that's the sugar example. If your example is you want to start working out, you're basically replacing your empty space, or a space needs to be created where you do your burpees. So what you do in the morning, usually maybe you would scroll on social media, like, to be honest, maybe you would like, what are you doing in the first like hour when you wake up? And I bet you have there some 5 to 10 minutes spare. And then you're like, okay, these 5 minutes where I'm usually scrolling on Instagram, I'm devoting them now to step into my health era and doing my burpees every day. Or like that hour after work where I would usually go and get dinner somewhere, I'm devoting that time now to actually go to a CrossFit gym. Like, you need to find replacements to build in these healthy elements you want to build in. And please be gentle with yourself. You don't need to overwhelm yourself. As I said, in your healthy era, there are levels of healthy. I'm far from perfect either. So my nutrition is good. I'm mostly eating fresh, cooked food to 90%, 95. I make my own juices now. We have a juicer now. I work out every day, and so on. Like, everything is pretty high level, but I have my pitfalls as well, especially like when it comes to the packaging here in Thailand. It's a lot of plastic, and I know this is not healthy, but I still haven't mastered that. So I just want to tell you, there are always levels. So don't put so much pressure on you. Keep it simple. Make your commitments. Write them down now. Like, write like maybe 1, 2, 3 things max you want to implement in your day, and find what can you replace them. Like, where do you have an empty space eventually, or like what's an unhealthy habit that you want to replace? For example, what's not good for your body and for your mind is social media. And be very, like, you become more intentional with what you consume. And then identify your triggers. This is really important, and I want you to make a trigger list. So what triggers you? So in my case, it would be to write down, when do I want to eat sugar? So an example, I want to eat sugar when I am stressed. That's like my stress relief, and I feel very drawn to feel sugar. So you write that down. I want to like eat sugar as well. It's like a reward for me. When I accomplished a lot a day, then I earned my sugar retreat. Or I need sugar to work efficiently and effectively, so I need a sweet treat to work. These are the things. Just write them down. Don't judge yourself. Be crystal clear and honest. That is crucial for you in this process. Then next, you write down your game changer list. And these 2 parts of this exercise are crucial. These are non-negotiable to write them down, because this is your safety list to go back when you're in a bad place, because now this will change your life. You write down what you can do in these situations concretely. So when you're stressed, we go to the example, you wrote down your trigger, that could be stress as well, and then you write down, what can I do to release stress? You ask yourself the question, and this could be multiple things. You create a list, a brainstorm list. So when you're then in that stressed state, you're like, I have my list. Okay, I want to eat sugar now. I'm aware of that. I have a sugar craving. So what else could I do? And you have that list. And there could be on that list, I'm practicing yoga, going for a walk, going to the beach, going for a workout, going to massage, and you have that list. you have that listed there. Then as well, second point was for me in that example, rewards. Like, how else can I reward myself? Like, it's another way to give me a reward, than sugar. Or can I find a sugar-free reward? Can I find like am I eating a date or like a sugar-free chocolate, or am I making myself a cacao, like organic cacao with honey? Like, what is it? Like, how can I reward myself? And then, like, my last example was like, when I need the sugar to be effective and efficient, it would be like, what else helps you to focus? So write down a list. So I can only recommend, if you have as well a topic with like focus, to try medicinal mushrooms like lion's mane and cordyceps. Super important mushrooms, they help you to focus. You could drink an organic chocolate with maca, ideally with the medicinal mushrooms as well. That will boost your focus, and find alternative ways to make yourself efficient. And this is truly the game changer for you to build sustainability in your habits and to make them become automatic. As they are not automatic, they are not a habit yet. They are just a behavior, something you do, something you try. Keep it simple. Keep it really simple in the beginning and level up your game. Like, you can even already like create some levels if you want to, and say like, okay, I'm entering my health era level, whatever. Like, could call it level butterfly or whatever. Like, give it names, and then okay, in the long term I want to reach that level, but I start consciously because I am actually a smart person with a lower level. Because like, when you overwhelm yourself, you will not be successful. You need to keep it simple and easy. And this was it for me today. My strategy, how you build sticky habits. Habits that truly stick. And I want that you actually really do that and you are successful with it. Let me know if you wrote down the process, which habit you want to build, which area you are aiming to enter in 2024. And next week we're going to have a live stream about energy forecast in 2024. I'm going to prepare for you as well. It's already in the making, a video about the season you are going to enter personally in 2024, and this is as well a guided process how to end the year 2023 in a very conscious way, reflective way, to make that big transition and shifting into a new person, into a new identity in 2024, to be more happy, more confident, more fulfilled in your life, and to really live your dreams, not to dream about your dreams anymore, to actually step into your dreams and dream them, to make them a reality in your life. You deserve that. I know you are committed to your inner growth when you're here in the channel. Drop me as well your life path number in the chat. I'm always loving to connect with you in the chat here on the channel. And let me know if you have any plans to come to Phuket, Thailand. And I feel like I talked a lot right now. So I see you in the next one.